Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Tuesday and we're going to make a wreath. Today we're going to make a Poof Ruffle ribbon wreath. And it's going to be for some folks that live here in the development that I live in, which is a manufactured home park. And although they already live here in a nice house, they bought another lot and had a brand new home put on it. And the reason they bought it is because it's on a canal, and they wanted to be able to sit on their porch. Their porch will face the canal, and be able to sit on their porch and to look out over the water. It is a very calming effect to do that. Plus, as you may know, I live on a lake here, and you do see a lot more interaction with animals, because a lot of them come down to feed, as well as the ducks and the baby ducks and the alligators occasionally. But anyway, so I thought it would be kind of fun to put together, I guess you would say, a beach-themed wreath. But it's not a beach-theme wreath because it's not a beach. It's just a freshwater canal. But I have got the same colors that have been used in the beach themes, the beige and the blues, and so that's what we're going to use. Her house is a brown color, so I think the colors of the wreath will look lovely on the porch. That's my thought process, is that maybe it would be something that would go on the wall of the porch. So I'm happy you stopped by to see what I was doing today, and we're going to do this together. I'm going to cut some mesh after I show it to you, and then we'll get back busy and get together and make our wreath. So hold on a second and I will show you what we're going to be using. Be right back. Well, here you can see the supplies that we're going to be using. I have a 16-inch wreath form from Hobby Lobby. Not a fan of their wreath forms, but you work with what you can get. I have the mesh. The mesh also came from Hobby Lobby. This is a basic jute mesh in the jute color. And then the blue is going to be for the ruffles. I have this pretty brown and white polka dot. And this very pretty ribbon, and I'm not sure how this ribbon is going to be when I open it. But I thought it was really attractive and kind of a shiny, almost like mica embedded in it. And then I saw this sign. Now this sign is so small, I'm not sure if it's going to work. But I'm going to put it on the wreath, and if it doesn't work as it is, what I will do is mount it on a larger piece of wood. But I just loved the sentiment on here. Life is better in flip-flops. So many of the signs I was looking at were basically for the ocean or the beach. And this isn't a beach. This is a manufactured home community, and they're on a freshwater canal. So they were inappropriate. So I'm going to get down to the table now. I'm going to be cutting out my ruffles, and I'll be back when I get the ruffles cut, and we'll get busy making the wreath. Okay, ready to roll. Some of these get so sharp on the back here. You need to go through them. And oh, that one is sharp. And make sure the sharp is not where it's going to scratch that brand new house. All right, let's bring down some mesh here. Gather it together. I'm going to go right before this. I'm going to go under this green and around. If you watched my flower wreath, you know that there's a gazillion zip ties involved. And I did buy or order a zip tie puller. It should be here the end of the week. I don't know if it's going to be a help or a hindrance, but we're going to give it a shot. Okay, raw edges down. And we're going to go out about 10 inches. And I'm going right over that one I just started by and going to the next one. And they're going to hate me because when I was cutting that blue ribbon, guess what? It's sparkly because there's glitter. Oh, jeez. I don't know. We'll have to play that and see what happens. I don't want to make enemies. I was just trying to be nice. And this mesh is fairly translucent, but I think when we put the ruffles on it should help. You need to, that was starting to come up. You need to make sure it stays underneath here. Otherwise you can't open your poof. And I think I only counted 17 ties on this frame. Most work frames have 18. But Hobby Lobbies are a frame unto their own. Hopefully I can get my order in later today from Craft Outlet. They're supposed to enable it sometime today. Now I'm back to the beginning and I'm going to put one in the one that we skipped. Alright, now I'm going to take the mesh and I'm going to go up to the top and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go right in front of one and zip tie it to the frame. Pulling it nice and tight. And we'll continue with the top. Let's open these up. I'll go through this one, but I'm not going to tie on this one. Going out to the next one. I have, you can't hear it here, you can hear the air conditioner, but I have a woodpecker who thinks I have trees on my windows. I have tinting on my windows for the sun and for privacy that are reflective tinting. And so he sees trees in the window, and he's there every day pecking on the window. Most annoying. And you can go out and scare him away, and about half an hour later he's back again. You'd think he'd learn after a while that there's nothing there. But I can hear he's up there now. It really isn't the best thing to have, because I've had birds hit it before thinking they could fly right through. Fortunately, I haven't had any get seriously injured. But you have to do what you can do to shade yourself down here. All right, I'm all the way around. I'm going to give us a little extra. I'm outside now, inside now. I'm going to go outside. Somewhere down here. What I'm doing now is kind of crisscrossing. I'm going from the inside to the outside. And now I'll go back to the inside. And it doesn't really go into every single one. Find both of these ends, I'll be all set. And these are generally a little bit bigger than the 10 because they have to go over the top of the other ones. And that's it. I'm going to cut some off. And I'm going to pull it down through the frame. Come around to the back side. There you have a puffy poofy wreath. How's that? Poofy. All right, now we're going to get our blue mesh and make some ruffles and ribbons. Be right back. All right, let's start with some ruffles. This one is the tough one because this was the last one on the roll. So actually what I'm going to let it do is let it go under just like it was. Start at this end. I'll just let it roll under a tiny bit because it wants to. And then I'll ruffle it up. And it'll roll under a tiny bit on the other end. And then I'm going to add the ribbons to it. No, I think I'll put this on first. We'll start right here. I find the other half. Well, folks, I know there is one. There we are. Got stuck under the wire frame. There you go. I'm just rolling under the edge of it, just the tiniest bit, trying to keep it equal. Here we go. I also used some of this ribbon because I didn't have enough of the polka dot. So we'll alternate them. That will go to the answering machine, and I will check it later. Pretty. Looks nice. Rolling under the ends here will just help a little bit with the raveling of this mesh. That blue is pretty on there. I'll do one more and then I will go around the bottom and meet you back at the top. Fold this ribbon in half, give it a little pinch in the middle, kind of give it a shape. Both of these ribbons are fairly stiff, so they will shape nicely. Or I should say all three of these ribbons. I'm using 3 different ones. There we go. I didn't have my ruffle poofed out. Alright, I'm going to continue around the bottom, and when I get done with the bottom, I'll be back to meet you for the top. Back in a bit. Okay, I'm around the bottom. Let's start on the top. That phone call that I got was from the neighbor next door who has gone home for the summer, and I'll have to call him back when I finish out here. But he said, this is Ron and Joe from the frozen north. They're from Alaska. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it was the frozen north. Let's see. These won't come out necessarily even. And I tell you what, I'm struggling to get this all in these little ties here, but I'm just about making it. Which is okay, because I didn't want a lot of that tie showing. Run your fingers up the middle. And if it just curls under a little at the end, that's just fine. Makes a bow tie. See, some of these ties have two poofs in them because we did that crisscross thing. And those are really tight to get these ribbons in. We've used about all of it up, but that's okay. We want to use them up. Let's see where the next one is. Right in here, hiding underneath. What I need, this kind. That's pretty, very pretty. Now this one has two puffs in it, so I am going to undo this puff to put this ruffle in. It'll just give me a little bit more to play with. Boy, that is filling in beautifully. Beauteous, beauteous, beauteous. See, this is a single loop in this one, so there's plenty of tie left. Almost around. Well, I think this is turning out pretty. Don't you love the colors of this? I guess it's, I'd almost say it's an ocean blue. Depends on what part of the ocean we're looking at, but and there you go. Look at that. Because you'll see it better up on the door. Now let's see if this little sign is going to look half decent or if it will be lost. You know what I think? I think it's going to be just perfect. Because it doesn't detract from the rest of the wreath. And what I'm going to do, she says, I think I can get a piece of wire through these in the back. Let's just see. Yes, I can. So I'm going to hang this like so. I'm going to utilize this little rope and I'm going to put it in. And then I'm going to take that wire and bring it down through. Right down through the frame. I can find a hole. Oh, got my head in the camera angle, I'm sure. One piece, two pieces, I think. Oh. All right, I'm going to take it upstairs and we'll see what it looks like on the wall. I'm not sure I'm going to go with it quite like this, but I might take this off and put another wire on it, but we'll see. Be back in a minute upstairs. There you go. Life is better in flip-flops. That came out really nice. I like it. I love the colors, and the polka dot, brown polka dot, just brings that brown back to the front. And it's big. And the sparkles, it just sparkles. So if it gets hit with the sunlight, it'll sparkle up, sparkle up, sparkle up. I'll back up again so you can get the whole thing. That's a Poof, Ruffle, and ribbons for a Tuesday wreath. So that's all I have for you today. I'll see you again on Friday. Not sure what we're going to do. Depends on whether I can get any supplies. If it's not wreath supplies, we'll be doing something else. I have supplies that I'm ordering, like I said, to make a wreath for Louisville football. But I've got to wait for that to come in. Until then, I hope everybody has a great Tuesday afternoon. Please stay safe. Keep your distance, folks. I was a little nervous looking at some of those pictures of the holiday weekend. I hope it doesn't prove to be bad news. But anyway, play nice. I love ya. Thanks for stopping by. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you Friday. Bye-bye.